100 days. Well done the BJP government for coming back to power and, at least for now, remain in power. But how has the government featured in the northeast? That depends on who you ask, of course. A Tripura resident who is a big BJP follower will tell you his or her state is doing fantastic. But a Manipur resident who is a BJP follower is probably questioning his or her life choices. And if you are in Assam, I'm not sure, are you super excited about the upcoming semiconductor plant, or are you still fuming from just how bad Guwahati has become to live? If you are a resident of Mizoram, are you happy that the state is finally getting money to address the refugee issue, or are you still angry that FMR has been cancelled or over the condition of the national highways? If you are an Arunachal resident, are you happy that more and more hydro projects are being approved, or are you angry that locals are being arrested under draconian laws if they dare to speak against these projects? And Meghalaya, happy with promises of becoming a $10 billion economy, or angry that even today ILP remains a dream? My name is Kalyan Dev, and in this week of Decoded, we try to understand and explain how the BJP-led NDA government has fared in its first 100 days. Pursuing for months.
The village of Assam
In the 75th Independence Day,
Statistics is an interesting subject. It can show a lot and yet hide the most important pieces of information. Take a look at this interview with Donor Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia. He gave various data to show that the BJP is fully committed to developing the northeast, and if you go by the numbers, sure, he sounds impressive. But the moment one asked him about Manipur, he simply switched to, oh, not my department. As you may remember, in this episode of Decoded, we talked about how the budget had conveniently ignored the needs of the scheduled tribes of India. Has the government taken any steps to address the injustice meted out to tribals? No. What was also interesting in Scindia's interview, however, was that I heard no mention of smart cities. Remember smart cities? What happened to them? Kohima, Shillong, Aizawl. Are you feeling the vibe? If yes, let us know in the comments. What did happen in the northeast was the absolute destruction caused by landslides and floods. In Mizoram, entire families were wiped out. In Imphal, localities were submerged for weeks and in some cases months. In Guwahati, roads resembled rivers, and the less said about the Dimapur-Kohima highways condition, the better. In Sikkim, the state's lifeline has been and is increasingly becoming the biggest death trap. And oh, did I mention the innumerable landslides across Meghalaya and Assam? But apparently all that does not matter much, because in the words of Scindia, in the last 75 years the northeast was neglected, but PM Modi has turned it into India's growth engine. It is another matter that during the past 10 years, you will be hard pressed to name 5 major projects that have provided large scale employment to people in the northeast. I'm genuinely asking here, tell me one project in your state started by the BJP that has changed the landscape of your region. Now, this is a chapter where I will address two things. One, an issue of the sad reality of Manipur, and two, how the fire that spread in Manipur is being flamed in the rest of the northeast also. First, Manipur. Now sure, some of you may disagree with EastMojo's coverage, and that is fine, but I doubt you can say that the new BJP government has taken crucial steps to address the conflict. If anything, it seems the election of 2 Congress MPs has meant the BJP at the centre cares about the state even less than before. Not that it cared much earlier either. Since the new government came into power, Manipur and especially Imphal has witnessed floods, attacks, more floods, curfews, lathi charge on students, arrest of juveniles and internet shutdown. All this while Biren Singh remain in power, SOO with insurgent groups remain in place, the conflict shows no sign of slowing down, and the peaceful existence of Kukis and Meiteis looks like a dream that may never become reality. Thank you for that. And now, other states. Is illegal immigration an issue in other states? Yes. Has the BJP promised to end it? Yes. Has it done enough towards this? Well, sort of. You see, Assam CM, and this is not even a joke, is trying to convince Guwahati residents that the reason they are afloating and swimming back home after 2 hours of rain is because of flood jihad. How? Because USTM's Vice Chancellor is Muslim, And since he is a Muslim and runs a university, that means he wants to destroy Assam.
USTMৰ মালিকে এটা জেহাদে আৰম্ভ কৰিছে আমি যেটো ল্যান্ড জেহাদ বুলি কওঁ তেওঁ এটা ফ্লাড জেহাদে আৰম্ভ কৰিছে অসমৰ ওপৰত
According to Sarma, trees cut in Jorabad are the reason Zoo Road flyover was blocked. Makes sense? No? Does not matter. And who is in charge of Meghalaya? Conrad Sangma, an ally. So according to the BJP, Sangma and the central authorities allowed USTM to do flood jihad because who cares? And I mean, this is not the first time the BJP has called the NPP a corrupt party. But beyond making absurd statements, what has the BJP done to address immigration? Well, FMR came to end, but given the situation in Manipur, one could argue it is too little, too late. In other states, nothing has changed because, well, nothing has changed indeed. Meghalaya does not have ILP despite approving it. Nagaland has ILP, but that has done little to address local concerns, and people have even forgotten that Assam had NRC because BJP ignores NRC like an X that never existed. So once again, in this term, what exactly has the BJP done to address the concern of immigration? And no, we did not forget Tripura because, well, watch this episode that exposes the centre's hypocrisy on immigration and demographic changes. Every time someone talks of an issue, the BJP leaders and cronies shift the goalpost. You ask about employment, they talk about demographic changes. When you talk about demographic changes, they blame the US, China, Myanmar, Nepal, Germany, and even Africa. When you talk about the lack of industries, they talk about upcoming airports. And when you talk about ILP, they simply act like they do not understand what you are saying. I sound like a broken record, and maybe I have become one, repeating the same stuff for over 2 years now. But illegal immigration is not a problem for just one state. Before Manipur started burning, everyone thought Assam's immigration problem was far bigger, right? But we were proven wrong, and the BJP government seems far more interested and invested in ensuring people remain on the edge than actual solutions. And with the latest developments in Bangladesh, you can forget the large-scale deportation that had been promised for decades now. Even in states where the BJP is in a good position, they need to ensure they deliver. The signing of the Tripura Accord has pretty much meant that for the foreseeable future, Tripura has put all its trust in the BJP and the Tripura Motha. But promises are useless without action, and we genuinely hope that the BJP and Tripura Motha address the issues they have promised to address. But again, how will the BJP do that without addressing the illegal immigration in Tripura? We do not know. Do you? And what about Mizoram? The state is still home to thousands of refugees from Myanmar, Bangladesh, and some from Manipur too. The state is even facing a crisis due to the poor condition of National Highway 306 and 6. What is the plan for Mizoram? How are we going to ensure that the refugees return home and are safe? Is there any plan to fix the highway anytime soon? We do not know. And there is the small matter of the Nagaland political crisis. Remember the framework agreement? Yep, it just marked 9 years, and I will struggle if you ask me what progress has been made, because, well, there has not been any progress. And with the Manipur conflict worse than ever, I would not be wrong if I said that the Nagaland political issue may remain an afterthought. And despite lots of words and innumerable promises for now, all of Northeast looks like an afterthought, because an anxious Northeast does wonders to political careers. Just ask all the CMs who jumped from Congress to the BJP.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.